Hello students, a very good morning to all of you. Welcome to the e-learning classes of St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management affiliated to Government of India, New Delhi, and we've covered the syllabus of Maharashtra under the affiliation of Maharashtra Dhanad University, Rohtak. I'm Ms. Preetishree patnaik, as working as assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about natural language processing, its steps that mostly used in the NLP, and the implementation of aspects of synthetic analysis, context-free grammar. Mostly, this topic is related to BTech computer science students as well as BCA students. So let's begin with today's class. As we heard the term natural language processing is referred to the field of AI that is helps to make the communication between the intelligent system using the natural language such as English. If we could say that two human beings are communicating each other, they require a language. Basically, they are speaking with their mother tongue or any foreign languages. But when we talk about an intelligent system has been talking to a human body, or any robot has been speaking any particular language, where to solve out all the query, we require some kind of processing, that is the natural language processing is required. Processing of a natural language is required when you want to interact with intelligent system like robot, or to perform any kind of instruction, when we hear certain kind of dialogues from a clinical expert system or IVR system, like all your transactions are being done in different fields. So basically, the implementation of NLP system is still in the field of research world, where many scientists have been working on the field of speech recognition and written text applications. Now let's go down with the next topic that mostly we discussed in the last lecture also, components of NLP. The components of NLP system including the two parts, that is the NLU and the NLG. When we talk about NLU, that is natural language understanding, this is the field where mapping is given input representation, and also whatever the mapping that has been done with the intelligent system, and analyzing the different kind of languages that the intelligent system is going to understand from a human body. When we talk about the NLG, that is natural language generation, basically the syntax or the sentence or the words that are get developed by the human body, or like it's going to be represented in the platform for text planning, sentence planning, and text realization. When we talk about text planning, it includes mostly the relevant content of a knowledge based system. Whatever the text that we have been speaking, that has to be a relevant one. When we talk about the sentence planning, whichever the word that we join together to perform any kind of a sentence, they should have a fruitful meaning, or they should have a fruitful phrase of setting the tone of that particular sentence. If we speak some kind of a sentence, if that is not a meaningful, then ultimately the intelligent system or the robot is not going to understand what we are exactly need to be done by the robot. Now the text realization is that it required to map more than one sentence to complete a task. So mostly the NLU is the part that helps to generate the text planning, sentence planning, and text realization. Now we come across with different kind of difficulties also, like when we say certain ambiguity exists when same word is having different meanings, or like the same source is giving the multiple number of answers. Let's say what are the ambiguity that come across with us. When we say the first ambiguity comes to us, like the lexical ambiguity. The lexical ambiguity, it is a very primitive word, like when we say the lexical part, the words that are come with the lexical is the platform. Mostly the word upon the documents or sentence are repeated, the verb or noun are having repeated. The intelligence system is unable to predict which one is the correct word. Let's say when we say to intelligence system, it's like week or week. In this part, the intelligence system is going to feel difficult to predict what is the exact meaning of that noun. Then the part of the syntax level ambiguity, when there is any kind of syntactical error, or like the syntax that is developed by the programmer is showing different kind of ambiguity error. Let's say we come across with an example when Meena meets Rita. Let's say Meena meets Rita, and Meena said that I am hungry. So ultimately, the part when we say Meena meets Sita and comma I am hungry, the intelligent system is going to check the error that who is I am in this particular sentence. I am is going to depict for Meena or I am is going to depict for Sita. One more example I have written here. He lifted the beetle with the cap, red cap. Did he used to beetle up with the red cap? Or what is the meaning of a red cap here? So some kind we also come across with the referral ambiguity. Referral ambiguity is mostly using the pronouns part. Prima went to Gauri and she said that I am tired. Exactly who is tired at that particular time? So one or more ambiguity that we come across, and still many researchers are still working in the field of NLP to find out all the difficulty and rectify and do the improvement of the system. When we talk about NLP, there are different kind of terminologies that comes to our mind. Now, some of the basic terminologies we need to understand. Actually, what is phonology, morphology, morpheme, syntax, semantics, pragmatics, disclosure, and world knowledge? When we talk about phonology, it is the study of the organization of sound synthetically. Phonetics, that is a part accent, how we have been speaking, how the voice quality is in there. Morphology, it is the study of the construction of sounds or like words from a primitive meaning. Morpheme is the primitive unit of a meaningful language. When we say about the syntax, it refers to arranging to make a sentence. It is also involved in determining the structural role of a word in the sentence to make a phrases. Whenever we write any kind of a sentence, that has to be in a proper phrase making. The semantic part, it is mostly concerned with the word, how they will be combined to make one phrase, and that will be help to develop the sentences. Then we come about the pragmatics. It deals usually to understand the sentence in a different situation, how to interpret with each other. If we are giving the referral ambiguity also, more than one situation the sentence can be used. So pragmatic is going to help us to understand what is the sentence situation, and accordingly that the intelligent body or intelligent machine is going to work. Disclosure is the part immediately preceding the sentence can be effective one, and the interpretation is the next sentence. Like when two persons are being simultaneously communicating each other, so there must be in a preceding one, there must be two-way communication is also somewhere it is required. Now the world of knowledge, that the world is being covered up with many facts and knowledge, we are still in the process of learning. Now come down with the step of the NLP, when we the important long question that mostly students come face during the examination time. So the first stage, that is the NLP, comes under the lexical analysis. See, in some of the study material also, like in books also, lexical analysis is also written in the part of morphology. So there is no difference, that student need not require to get confused. Lexical or the morphology, both come under the same meaning. The first phase comes with the lexical analysis. Mostly students come to study the lexical part in the field of compiler design. Compiler is all the punctuation or the question marks or the sentences that are been analyzed using like exclamatory symbol or equal to symbol, all the syntax that comes under with the quotation mark or so let's have a definition for that. It involves including and analyzing the structure of what lexicon of the language, meaning that is a collection of words and phrases is used in particular language. Lexical analysis is also divided the whole chunk of text into paragraphs and sentences. Whatever the query or the pseudocode is written by the programmer, the lexical is going to divide the whole sort of language into different paragraphs and sentences, so that a compiler can easily understand what languages that we are going to predict to get our output. The second phase will start with the synthetic analysis, like it comes with a phase of parsing. It comes with the phase of parsing. It helps mostly to understand. We say an example, we come across with lexical John mango eats. There are the different words that comes after the lexical analysis. To make in a sentence, we need to understand John eats mango. John eats mango. Now the sentence has been valuable. Now this, if we have only three words with a John, mango, and eats, to make in a affirmative or make in a usable manner, we can formulate a sentence that has to be in a meaningful way. So the sentence can be formulated by the creation. So the synthetic analysis is mostly involved the analysis of the words in a sentence for grammar and arranging the word in a manner such that there should be a relationship between the words. The sentence such as the school go to boy, that may be the synthetic the English synthetic analyzer will be there. And the second step, the third step, we proceed for now with the part of semantic analysis. The semantic analysis helps to identify the meaning of a sentence. Now, when the sentence is created, now it's a part to identify what is the exact meaning for that particular sentence or for that particular language being converted by the sentence. It draws the exact meaning of the dictionary meaning that is being written for that particular text. The text is checked for meaningfulness or meaningless. It is done by mapping the synthetic structure of an object or text domain. The semantic analyzer describes like the such sentences like hot ice cream. Now, an ice cream everybody know about it is in a cold part. Now, when we talk about a hot ice cream, then definitely somewhere we found out that is it a meaningful sentence or it is a meaningless. Now, the next thing is about the disclosure and integration. The meaning of any two sentence depend upon the sentence just before. Let's say when we say there is a situation where the next sentence has been dependable upon the previous statement. So disclosure integration, what it generally do, it helps to remove the referral ambiguity when we put some kind of reference to the body. So referral ambiguity is going to help out to understand the disclosure integration. In order to solve the sentence, we need to put any reference to that. For example, let's say John wanted it, he always had mango. So in the second sentence, the he is going to be predicate for John. In the first statement, we have already given that John wants it. He always had a mango. So in the second sentence, as we are putting the reference, in the second sentence, it is going to predict that yes, John want to had a mango. Yeah, John likes to eat a mango. That is a part. Pragmatic analysis is the last phase of the NLP system. During this phase, it is mostly reinterpreted with what exactly meaning is been derived from the language that the real world is been expecting from us. Like we come across with like Google LLM or Alexa or Google like screen, iPhone, whenever all we different kind of NLP devices we are using. So in this particularly the pragmatic analysis, it takes cover of all the scenarios from every step. It is completely analyzed and finally the relevant information which is required to get the real world knowledge is being generated with the help of a pragmatic analysis. So next part, once we cover the theory portion of NLP system, that is the components of NLP, NLU and NLG, then the steps of NLP, that all the steps, 5 steps we have covered right now. Then the student mostly comes across with the next important part, that is the aspect of synthetic analysis. Now, when we talk about the synthetic analysis, we will be studying every step in a detailed manner. The synthetic analysis helps the algorithm researcher or many R&D scientists are still they are working to develop the methods to study the synthetic analysis of a grammar or for a particular language. Let's say there are the two important methods we use, that is the context-free grammar and top-down parsing. Top-down parsing comes under the part of compiler design. And when we talk about the context-free grammar, we know a subject that comes in the field of computer science, that is the automata. The study of automata is the field of computer science that helps to generate the grammar rules. Whatever sentence that we are writing, it must follow certain kind of rule. Then only the grammar or then only the language is going to be error free. So every programmer or every designer, or whenever they are writing their codes using Python or any other platform in the field of AI, they should follow certain kind of rule to develop the language. Then only the ambiguity that are existing can be eradicated. Now come down with the topic of context-free grammar. It is a grammar that consists of a rule with a single symbol on the left side or the right side. Like when we say about the text context-free grammar, it helps to find out the relationship actually that is existing between the word phrases, and it helps to design a proper grammar by which the language is to be fruitful. It is mostly used to analyze the code of a system, easily understandable the grammar to a human being language. The context-free grammar can be designed by using like this is the tree, this is called as a syntax tree. A syntax tree is nothing but it is a study of rules that helps to govern the words that are combined to form a sentence in a language. When we say a sentence is combined or composed of different discrete units with the help of the rules. Now let's see in the above part when we say that, for example, let's take in a grammar, or let's take in a sentence, and will be parsed to it. Let's say the example is the bird picks the grain. In this particular sentence, we come across different things. That is the article, or we say this is the part of determinant, that is in the article or the determinant that we mostly use a and b. The noun bird, birds, gain, gains. Now the noun phases are also there. Article plus noun, or the article plus adjective plus noun. This is going to formulate the rule like this way: determinant, then this is the noun, determinant, adjective, and noun. Verbs, in this particular sentence we are using the verbs as pick, picking, pack, pick. Then verb phases are also there: noun, verb, then noun phrase. Adjective, beautiful or small or creepy. The phrases tree breaks down the sentence is been structured parts so that computer can easily understand and process it. In order to do the parsing algorithm, construct this parse tree, or where this synthetical tree. So when we, let's say, the rule that are used mostly, the tree sequence will be according to the first order predicate logic. In the next lecture, will we also discuss the predicate logic structure. Let's see the sentence that we come across: the bird picks the grain. Now in this is the synthetical tree. Now in this part we come across, this is the part of your noun phase, this is the verb phase. Now the whole sentence is been parsed out into different token level. Now the lexicon that are we using here, like the first part of the syntax is start with the noun phase and the verb phase. Then the noun phase is also been further been divided as determinate, then this is the noun phase, and determinate, adjective phase. Then we come with the part of verb phase. Verb phase is again been considered with the verb phase or the noun phase, again determinate and then noun phase. So the whole sentence is been breakdown up into different parts of determinate and the noun phase. Now consider the above rule. Since we can be replaced with both pick or picks, sentence the bird picks the greens or can be wrongly formulated in some of the cases. So this context-free grammar is also going to help us to design the style of the sentence, or design the style of any grammar, which could be easily understood. And one more thing is also there, that is the top-down parser. In the parts of top-down parsing, here the symbol, like the way that we are writing the parsing tree, or we are writing the synthetical tree, the parser start with the symbol as it attempts to rewrite into a sequence of terminal singles that are going to match the class of words that are inputted as consist of certain kind of symbols. And also both the context-free grammar and the parsing tree, they both have the advantage as well as disadvantages. And in the next lecture, we'll be trying to cover one or more examples that are related to the context-free grammar. And mostly from the examination point of view, in the NLP system, it is going to ask about the very basic application of NLP. What are the components of NLP, that is NLU and NLG? What are the, again, bifurcation of NLU and bifurcation of NLG? What are the ambiguities that are coming in the part of NLP part? How the ambiguity can be eradicated? Further, the end steps of NLP that let me show you once again: the lexical analysis, synthetic analysis, semantic analysis, disclosure integration, and pragmatic. So this is particularly long question, and students need to explain each phases properly with the help of an example. In contradictory part, and sometimes it is also asking about the contradictory grammar and top-down parser. These are mostly comes under the part of top-down. So I request all the students to go through with the content once more, and try to solve one or two more example in the field of context-free grammar. In my next lecture, I will be posting one or two more sentences by creating the different kind of rules that we are using in first order logic or predicate logic. And till the time, stay safe